what you talking about. This or something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby, and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. So sentimental when I step in the middle. When I do a little dance, so the turns daylight. So jump, in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
Baby, what you talking about? This was something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less. Say less.
Stop the moment you walking. You let your hips do the talking. You leaving me no options. Say less, say less.
Say less.
Stop the room when you walking. You let your hips do the talking. You leaving me with no options. Say less, say less, say less.
Say less.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff will hold the line.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play, and Young is going to throw it. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. To throw, Young. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught by McMillan. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. Etienne once more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense for the Ravens, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Lucas Van Ness getting free there to bring him down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The Ravens at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
At the 6-yard line.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Henry. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it. Going quickly out to the right side. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. To throw is Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Jackson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
ETN on the toss right. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Young will set to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Young. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll, given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy, because everyone's locked in practice and meetings, because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give him 32 on the play. Now it's Jackson. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Henry up the middle. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews. And that was some effort, but it would appear that he's going to come up about a yard short. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They go play action with Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Play action. It's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
I'm gonna go.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space, A loss results there.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Here's Jackson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Henry running right. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And it's caught. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Young now. And, that is going to be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is taken at about the 14. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Going deep for Walker. And this one is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
This is 2nd and 8.
Young to throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here this close to their goal line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Taken in at the 11. Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Young. And his throw is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half.
And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Now it's Jackson.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson. That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. That catch now puts him at 1,094 in his career. And in recent memory, he passed Reggie Wayne, Anquan Bolden, T.O. on the list, and now he's even with Tim Brown. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Again to Henry. Wiggles free. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
It's 2nd and inches at the 29-yard line.
On 2nd and inches, Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now here's Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away because you've got to take care of the ball.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, 76 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 24. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Flowers now to return it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding Walker complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he's taken down inside the 30. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing is Jackson. And this one's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, Time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Still on his feet.
Room here to run. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. They'll give Henry another shot. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
After that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now Young. He'll find McMillan here. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Open here, Adam Thielen. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Young to throw it. This is caught by McMillan. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and a yard.
It'll be Young again. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. Throwing, Young. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Jackson now. Flush to his right. And Walker has it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That's good for Baltimore. First and 10.
To throw is Jackson. To the sideline and incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Young. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw, Young. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Young to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And that score gives them a little more separation and a bigger lead.
A little more of a comfort zone now. They can do more things defensively, maybe take a few more gambles as they try to continue to extend their lead.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Young.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina.
Xavier Legette, 70 yards. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here's Jackson to throw. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make it.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They find some open field here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. To throw, Young. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Ravens are going to get the football back as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game. And now here's another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Jackson. And he fires one incomplete. Well, big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score, Might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Here's Young from the shotgun.
That one completes him again.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From the shotgun, it's Young. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe with a pick.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll try the right side with Henry. Able to break the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside of the 5. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They go play action now. Jackson out to his left.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 5. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Baltimore, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them blacks, the A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success to promote it, to just go.
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't, LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating, little daddy, LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through. I don't like therapist, I don't like Mushu. Love me, my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Big dog from the Tether Road told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Look at my VIP. Snicker my. One brick, one miss, Rich took his chick, I know. We talking start like ball hype, pretty face guy like, bruh, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. Some of daddy like, boy, don't blow my shit. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Bro, I'm godlike, I'm judgy. I can't touch this girl, she musty. Bro, you flexing on IG. People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. These women love me, bro, they tryna me. That's the wrong way, me back. Yeah, buddy, if you get lucky, it'll get yucky. Little buddy touch me, I can turn auntie into a. I'm in the S5 facing cuffy, cause I can't name that nigga dummy. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated.
Like damn, why I get a like urn? I'ma drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like what, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now, I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house, tryna avoid my hurt. About 6 point something in the field like church. Or the hood got whack and the set went turn. Got a 488 in the glide like Kurt. I've been living off golf on the last few deals. When the night check came and I still got chills. Hit a 2K lick, I ain't even go pro. Got a boss outlet, now I'm smelling like gold. Call me Ice Cube, baby, where they sit on my chain. Heard a lame tryna play up my name when I'm 23 to it. And I'm going no brain, going dumb with these hundreds in my thumb. Got stank. Out here, everything come free. I ain't never met God, but I bet he know me. Put the money in a set of down them streets. Through the boy alley hooping, I ain't riding on fleek. Got a Porsche light skin in the ceiling, got peeled. I was 20 plus young when got real. Young black boy running, got me out of that field. Better living off game, you should get it on film. I ain't never your kind, late but I'm really on time. Girl, what you put in your mind, I ain't digging your sign. True for that mind, hurt but I made it out fine. Still in my prime, bro, really outline. Talk like you Tony, I'll grind, throwing 20 on 9. How you living on spine, bro, better off dying. Man, you got nerve, bro, need to get a bird. And I'ma get it off first, find a way you ain't surf. You looking all hurt, funny till your ego got nerve. Boy, I made it all worse, woke up looking like work. 150 lay on my shirt, 20 lay on my teeth. Boy, I make an M in my sleep, everything I want in my reach. I'ma run it off tops, wonder where I been, I've been pulling off lots. 454, I'ma keep it on stock. Bezel with the ticker on rocks. Big side, tell me what I ain't got. Get it right now where I got it back then. Number one stunner, but the level more. Raised by the gang with a meal like Philly with a watch 250 in a so silly. Yeah, 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 yeah. you keep a little ratchet. Living out his backpack, need to get it back. Got a grade double R and need both lanes. Got a dollar to his name, but he all gang. Well, you all on my when I find that strange. Keep playing with the fire, but his get burned. But your boy got spit when the light got turned. Got a dog crack when the boy won't learn. Big wrapped up shorty when the block gets served. Always sorry when the cap don't work. Got the butterfly doors and the fly like bird. And I love my but I ain't them nerd like damn. Why pie get like yeah.
I ain't seen real brown since seen nothing. I ain't seen real. I ain't seen